Explosive bunker raids, relentless tank assaults, fierce defenses, and devastating bombardments. Witness the intensity of the battlefield. Stay until the end for the latest developments. Ukrainian spotter drone operators from the 12th Special Forces Brigade detected 5 Russian armored personnel carriers advancing towards Donetsk positions and relayed their coordinates to FPV drone pilots. The lead vehicle, moving at high speed, was struck by an FPV drone. Though initially damaged by the explosion, the vehicle continued moving. Shortly after, a second drone strike targeted the vehicle. Although the second blast didn't cause significant damage, the crew, realizing the vehicle wouldn't survive a third attack, decided to abandon it and flee on foot. One of the infantrymen attempted to catch up with another vehicle, but it continued without stopping, aware of the potential threat. A tank from the 64th Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces successfully repelled a Russian assault. The Russian soldiers, who were observed in the vicinity, quickly sought refuge in a nearby building for cover. However, the 68th Mechanized Brigade sealed off all entry and exit points using an FPV drone and relentlessly targeted the building, ultimately neutralizing the enemy forces inside. The 2 remaining armored personnel carriers continued to be struck by FPV drones and artillery. When the crew of one vehicle was forced to stop, they quickly abandoned it and sought cover in nearby ruins to prepare for the next attack. Azov troops, preventing the vehicle from being used again, destroyed it with an FPV drone. Russian infantry hiding in the ruins were then targeted by the Azov Brigade, using a combination of FPV drones and artillery fire. Although 2 soldiers survived the explosions, their movements were tracked by surveillance drones, and a high-explosive drone was already on its way toward them. After Ukrainian forces from the 61st Brigade successfully repelled Russian assaults in the Kursk region, drone units pursued the last remaining Russian soldier. Spotting a Ukrainian drone approaching, the Russian infantrymen quickly took cover in a pile of hay. The FPV drone operator, aware of the soldier's location, targeted the haystack and detonated the drone. The soldier was unharmed, as the straw provided significant protection from the blast. Deciding to flee, the soldiers sought refuge among the trees, preparing for another attack. However, while hiding in the bushes, the soldier was ultimately located and neutralized. On the Zaporizhzhia front, aerial reconnaissance conducted by the 8th Border Guard Detachment identified the movement of Russian forces. Artillery units, having received the coordinates, struck the building where the enemy was located. The bunker where the Russian troops had taken shelter was also targeted, leading to the neutralization of the enemy forces. Of the 3 armored vehicles that continued advancing towards the position, the leading vehicle was hit by artillery fire. Severely damaged, it was unable to move further, and a few of the crew members managed to escape unharmed. After a brief period, the vehicle exploded, rendering it completely unusable. A Russian infantryman positioned near the wrecked vehicle opened fire in an attempt to defend against advancing Ukrainian soldiers. Taking cover in the bushes, the soldier tried to fight back, but was quickly neutralized by Ukrainian drones. The now defunct armored vehicle and its remaining crew were completely destroyed by FPV drones. 4 Ukrainian infantrymen launched an assault on bunkers where Russian soldiers were hiding. While 3 of the soldiers scanned the area, one approached the bunker entrance and threw a grenade inside. It was either the first grenade that detonated deep within, or a flashbang was used as a diversion. Shortly after, the soldier threw a second grenade, which exploded with force. Following the blast, 3 Russian infantrymen, disoriented but unharmed, emerged from the bunker and were swiftly captured and taken hostage by the Ukrainian infantrymen. According to the Korea Force Group, the ground control station launched an attack on the control center of a Russian Orlan drone, which had been detected by scouts from the 14th UAV Regiment. The scouts spotted the Orlan drone in flight and immediately relayed the location of its control center to the artillery. The artillery swiftly targeted and destroyed the control center. 3 of the Ukrainian infantrymen advanced to a different bunker site. While lying near the entrance, Ukrainian soldiers repeatedly detonated explosives, successfully destroying the bunker. As the infantrymen were returning, they spotted Russian soldiers lying in the bushes along the road. Opening fire, they quickly neutralized the enemy troops. A tank is not just a formidable weapon, it is a pivotal force that, when deployed strategically, has the potential to dramatically alter the course of a conflict in a specific region. A tank from the 24th Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces destroyed a Russian BMD tank with a direct hit. The Russian BMD, positioned on the right and engaged in a clash with a Ukrainian tank, was struck and halted by a Ukrainian infantryman who waited for the right moment to fire his rocket launcher. The crew of the damaged tank abandoned it and fled to another nearby BMD. As the crew boarded the second tank and it began to move, the Ukrainian tank targeted and struck it, though the damage was minimal and the BMD continued advancing. However, before the Russian BMD could travel far, the Ukrainian tank closed the gap and destroyed it with another direct hit. The Ukrainian tank then continued to fire heavily at the Russian infantry, who were scrambling to find cover. Kamar attack drone operators successfully destroyed a detected Grad MLRS. The Grad vehicle, accompanied by 2 Russian infantrymen, was targeted and obliterated by a Kamikaze drone carrying high explosives. In the Pi area, Black Raven pilots spotted a Russian infantryman who, in a panic, moved through the ruins and sought cover in a hut. The pilots quickly located the soldier and attacked with an FPV drone. Afterward, they moved to another hut, where they used a high-explosive drone to eliminate the target. This operation showcases how the combination of technology and strategy neutralized the enemy, highlighting how Ukrainian forces established air superiority and shaped the course of the war.